This question is on behalf of all women seekers. There are a lot of women seekers nowadays who have taken to the path sincerely and as intensely as men. But there seems to be no clarity on how to proceed. All guidance traditionally seems only for men, like Sandhya Vandana, etc., and then Sannyasa. As per Sanatana Dharma, what is the way for woman in this day and age? Please give clear guidance for a beginner seeker and advanced seeker. It is a very confusing world out there, and your precious guidance will help us greatly. When somebody asked about the problem of women to Swami Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda said, "Let the women solve their problem. Hands off. Who are you to declare, speak about them?" So I remember that. So, spirituality has neither man nor woman, and you are there to attain jnanam, adhyatma sadhana. There were many women saints. And in fact, for last 30 years I have been moving about everywhere in satsang, and the number of man and woman is always 60-40 or 70-30. Women are more. Women and men. So women will be 60 and men will be 40, or women will be 70 or men will be 30. So always religion stands with them. And in bhakti also we find Narada giving the gopikas as the drishtanta. Yatha vraja gopikanam. So many saints were there, and Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi's life also we find so many women devotees who attained that jnanam. Many kitchen stories are there which we have already many times we have shared. And Kanakama was a very sparkling example, who had all the jnana of Vedanta, who studied Vedanta directly from Muruganar, and whom many of us have met, who lived steadily in abidance all her life and gave up her body in front of Bhagavan in the Samadhi hall during Bhagavan's Jayanti 2010. So such a great life, such great saintly women we have met. So there is no problem at all for sadhana for women. And the so-called problem of tradition, etc., are only not for spirituality, it is only for the ritualistic side. So the ritualistic side is not completely spiritual. It is only a preparation for that. So that is for running a good householder's life. The pravarti marga, family life, there this instruction like Sandhya Vandana and all that are given for men. And women also have their own instructions. So that is entirely for the Vedic life. And sannyasa. Nowadays, there are so many women monks in Ramakrishna Math, Sharada Math. They have a separate institution, of course, no mixturing, no mixing. So, Ramakrishna Math is there, Sharada Math is there. They have so many provision for women devotees to lead a spiritual life. Generally, what is said about women in the Shastras is they need protection, that we know very well. Even in Tiruvannamalai, when young women come with lot of spiritual inspiration, they find it difficult how to continue their spiritual life. They don't want to get married. They want to pursue spiritual life. The emotional side is there that God will look after. If the person has such bhakti, certainly it will happen. They don't need any guidance also. But most of the sadhakas are mediocre. It is not something wrong, but mediocre sadhaka can also attain realization. The highest, like Akka Mahadevi or somebody who goes, don't care, not caring about the world, such people don't count. They are exceptions. They don't need any instruction also. So, but when a younger life, when they come here for doing sadhana, when they are making arrangement for everything else, like having a room or having money, then they need some intelligent way of living, safe place to stay also. So, because of this, sannyasa is generally, traditionally not recommended. Traditionally, in fact, sannyasa is not at all needed for spiritual life. People will wonder why I am saying this. Because Bhagavan also has said, when people ask for jnanam, this outer sannyasa is not needed. This outer sannyasa came for traditional Brahmins who were doing all the Vedic rituals, who have come in that tradition. It is a license by which they can give up the Vedic rituals. It's a certificate that now you can go out of this. Vihita karmanam vidhina samparityaga. That is the Shastra. The Vihita karma, the karma that is ordained by the Shastra, can be given up when the person takes to sannyasa, where he is given right. There too, if a person becomes like Bhagavan, just walk out and don't care about anything, there also you don't need any outer certificate. But when a person comes in the regular method, like the gradual way, then they take to this path. That this is I am telling about the Vedic way. But the modern way, even in Buddhism, after Buddhism, even Buddhism I will call modern, because there sannyasa is prescribed for all, and that sannyasa is not this Vedic sannyasa. There it is renunciation of the worldly life, and it's like a boat, that I am a monk, don't come near me. Don't call me for worldly things. Don't expect anything, worldly action from me. So I need a private spiritual life. Don't disturb me. So this is the spiritual sannyasa, non-Vedic sannyasa. But it is Vedantic, of course. You can call it Vedantic. So in Vedanta Sampradaya that came later on, Shankaracharya also, all of them younger days itself they took sannyasa. And this sannyasa sampradaya is there now. So there, some modern institutions, they give permission to women also to take to sannyas. But in Ramakrishna Sharada Math, as far as I know, they are all very, very secluded. They don't go and mix in the world too much. They are very well guarded, very secure. So that kind of life is congenial to certain women devotees. Otherwise, for women also take to sannyas formerly, but it was not a sannyas given by others. Sometimes they become widows. They take to that kashaya vastra and stay inside the house, in the protective atmosphere of the elders, and they do their tapas there. So these are all various sannyas. You see, like Ramakrishna said, somebody asked Ramakrishna about bhakti. He said, I love to do spiritual sadhana, bhakti sadhana. And if I take another birth, I want to be born as a woman and should get married very young, and my husband should die. I will become a widow. And the widow is not at all compelled to do anything in the society. I will have my own tulasi garden, and inside I will stay there and do my bhakti sadhana, doing japa, dhyana, etc. Ramakrishna says this. So, this means the intention is not that should be born as a woman or husband should die. No. The intention is that state where you are kept undisturbed and you are able to do sadhana. One thing. The second thing is that kind of sannyasa was there for them. A protective atmosphere where nobody will disturb. The person is spiritual, then no problem. So they can have, you don't need to get certificate from anybody. You have your own atmosphere where you can do sadhana, live alone, or have company of spiritual souls. You need some women, elderly women saints to guide you when you are a seeker. All these things are needed. So that is why so much this outer sannyasa, because now we see people take to this kashaya vastra and sometimes it becomes a show outside. That is why it is not. Even now I am listening to some Mahatmas somewhere talking about what is happening in North India. They are all saying this modern spiritual life is a fancy dress, especially North India. So much problem. So spiritual life, if you are serious regarding that, there is no problem at all. You can do sadhana, you can do japa, who will obstruct you? Nobody can obstruct you. You can study the scriptures, you can get guidance. Whether it is a man or woman, all depends upon your honesty. That is the main thing. It is not a question of man or woman. Whether it is a man or woman, both can fall. Both can have problems. And nowadays women are sometimes more daring than men. They are also doing many things. Some women are climbing trees, coconut trees. Even that is being done in Karnataka. So there is no problem at all when there is serious spiritual seeking. Problem comes when you look for guidance outside. and what the scriptures say, what these people say, what they say, then all confusion, conflict comes.